Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for listening to FROMDAGATE Podcast, where we bring you game, good times, and genuine conversation. I'm Lisi.
Sess.
Let's get it. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is FROMDAGATE Podcast, and we are doing conspiracy theories. Just a little fun little episode, kind of take a break from some of the topics that we've had a lot of topics this past month that have been kind of not heavy, but definitely hard hitting, definitely thought provoking in terms of mental health, and we had some fun ones too. I mean, we had like a lot of like sports topics, but this one is all about conspiracy theories. There's been a lot of, I don't know, I just find them interesting. And if you are not a conspiracy theorist type of person, then my bad. But if you are, then I hope you enjoy this episode. But anyway, there's so many different conspiracy theories that are out there, and it poses the question, are there hidden truths that we have been ignoring as a society? And so we're getting into some of the most bizarre conspiracy theories that are out there, but even though they sound insane, they are somewhat logical in a way. In a sense where they definitely make you think like, man, could that be reality? Could that be a thing? And so we're going to be talking about those 5 of the top conspiracy theories that are out there. So the first one is the Mandela Effect. Do we live in a parallel universe? Inserts Twilight Zone music here. I don't know what the Twilight Zone music sounds like, but we're not going to insert it for reals, but just saying. Are we in a parallel universe? So the idea of the Mandela Effect is that there are large groups of people who remember events differently than they actually happened. And so an example of that that's commonly used is the Monopoly Man. There's different people that have different memories of whether or not the Monopoly Man had a monocle, so like that single glass that like proper British Englishmen like to wear on their eye. That was a horrible British accent, by the way, don't judge me off of that. I can do a better English accent than that one. But anyways, there's some think that the Monopoly Man has the monocle, and there's some people that say no, he does not have one. And if you look at the actual Monopoly box that's sold in stores, he does not have one. But there's a group of people, actually, you know what? I gotta admit, I thought that the Monopoly Man did have a monocle growing up. And so I'm one of those people that thought that he did. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't.
McDonald's, he did.
Oh, McDonald's, he has one.
The Monopoly game, box game, board game.
He has the glass thing? Oh, maybe that's what it is.
The little man that they had on the game, he had one.
So maybe McDonald's is the one that like created that whole debate on. Oh, I don't know if you can hear Seth, but Seth said that the McDonald's game, he had a monocle on the. You know how like McDonald's used to have where you could play the Monopoly game?
Which they haven't came back out with because they never paid no one if they got the
winnings?
All the winnings, because no one never, several people, including myself, came really close, but never seemed to get that one piece to get the $1 million check that they supposedly said they were giving out.
It's a setup.
Well, they ain't giving out no. The whole idea is not to give no money back. Just saying. Which means you should not be eating no damn cheeseburgers and no damn french fries.
Keep your french fries and your cheeseburgers to yourself. But anyway, so, and another example of that is I don't know if anybody remembers the Bernstein Bears, but the Bernstein Bears, they had, some say that it's a S-T-E-I-N at the end, and some say it's a S-T-A-I-N at the end. And so there's some books that actually have the sting and some books that have the stain. So this theory triggers the question that, or it triggers the thought that we may be slipping between parallel realities and not even realizing it. And there's stuff from a different reality that kind of seeps into the society we live in right now. And there's some that just kind of exist in the place that we're in currently. And so the question here is, could these collective false memories be proof that alternate dimensions exist? And if so, are we shifting between alternate realities? Or parallel realities, I should say. But, yeah, I'm just saying, do we think that these collective false memories show that we are slipping in between these parallel realities? And so, I believe in, not believe, but Doctor Strange kind of opened a whole idea of the different dimensions. I think that there are different dimensions to reality, but I don't know about parallel realities. And so I definitely think that there are different dimensions to the realities we currently live in. Like, I believe that there is a spiritual reality, and then there is like our physical reality, which is what we're currently in. And yeah, so there's things that are going on that we do not see because we can't see them with our physical eyes. It's stuff that we see with our spiritual eyes. And that goes into a whole different idea, I guess you could call it. And it just, for me, I think because it comes from just Christian teachings about how we live in a carnal world and that there's forces that are out there. Like, there was a lot of books that I read as a kid where one of them's called This Present Darkness by Frank Peretti. And in the book This Present Darkness that Frank Peretti wrote, he talks about how there's things going on in the human world, and this guy, the main character or whatever, he's able to see the things that are going on in the spiritual world, like demons being able to control people, and angels fighting on behalf of humans, and it's such an interesting, it's an interesting concept, it's an interesting idea for the most part. And although it is a fiction story, there's a lot of people that believe that that's a truth. And so, just saying, Mandela Effect, parallel realities, possibility, maybe, I don't know. Number 2, the moon landing. Did we fake it? I'm just asking, guys, because the theory is that NASA faked the 1969 landing to win the space race against the Soviets. And some were saying that Stanley Kubrick, the director, he himself staged and filmed the whole thing. And so skeptics say it's because, like, the shadow in the footage doesn't match up. And then they have the argument of, how is the flag waving in the wind when there's no wind on the moon? Right? Interesting argument, definitely. But how do we know that there's no wind on the moon? Is it? I don't know. I don't know. So, yeah. So those are a couple of arguments that are going on about the moon landing and why people think that we faked it. And so, if the moon landing was fake, what else have we been lied to about? That's the question that is posed here. And why hasn't someone in NASA spilled the truth on it? Probably because they would be obliterated into smithereens by the Secret Service or the, what is the organization called? Not FBI, but yeah, the secret. Anyways, yeah, so I'm pretty sure that they had to sign like documentation on it, or had to sign waivers saying like if they couldn't say anything otherwise, and yeah. And so just interesting theories, interesting concepts to kind of think about. The third one is the simulation hypothesis. Are we living in a computer program? And the reason why there's people that think that is because there's a lot of scientists that say, including Elon Musk and some philosophers, they say that an advanced civilization could have created a hyper realistic simulation and we're all just characters in it. And I think that's so interesting because if you think about video games are very realistic. Like, you can kind of immerse yourself. I mean, look, they have virtual reality now to where you can actually just put on the goggles and be a part of this world. And I don't know if any of you guys have seen Ready Player One, but Ready Player One is probably one of my favorite movies because it introduces the whole concept of being able to live in a simulated world. And so, if that is so, are we just digital beings in this massive simulation? And who's running the simulation? Are we able to break out of the simulation? And I feel like a lot of these questions come from The Matrix. Because the movie The Matrix, they can go in and out of the physical world. And they go like into this other world entirely, simply by like transportation or whatever it is. But if you haven't seen The Matrix, you should see it. It's pretty good. It'll help with like understanding why this concept is a conspiracy theory in itself. And yeah, are we living in a matrix, guys? I don't know about living in a matrix. I don't think we live. I don't know. I do know that this world is temporary. That's all I know. I know that the world that we live in is temporary, and that, well, no, let me correct my statement. I believe that this world is temporary because as a Christian, I believe in heaven, and I believe that there is a life after this life that is eternal, that's very different from what we know. And the concepts and the things that we know on earth don't really apply to what is in the otherworldly realms and in like the heavenly realms, or whatever way you want to call it, spiritual realms, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, as a Christian, I just think that we're not really living in a simulation, but I do believe with all my heart that this world is temporary. And that the life that we're living right now is just to get us in training for what is to come in the spiritual realm, the eternal world. And so, yeah. That is what I believe. What you believe? Do you believe we live in a matrix? That's for you to answer. Number 4. The Denver Airport Conspiracy. Do the elite have a secret bunker? And when back in 2008, I believe, 2009. Back in 2009, I had to fly through the Denver airport to go to Hawaii to visit my family for Christmas. This is when I was living in Missouri. And so I had a 16-hour layover or something like that in the Denver airport. And I've heard about this conspiracy theory before, and so I was very much intrigued, and I was like, well, I have 16 hours in this airport. I'm going to go see if I could find this so-called bunker and these underground tunnels. So I just kind of started wandering and just kind of looking around and whatnot, and I went and got my coffee, because coffee is a necessity no matter where you travel to. Just saying, always have a cup of coffee, guys. It makes life better. Just kidding. That's just for myself. But whatever your cup of tea is or cup of coffee is, have at it. But anyways, so I actually tried to go looking for this secret bunker, and then I went through these I did go find these weird underground tunnels and these really strange murals, and I wish I had a phone or a camera to be able to like record all of it and like take pictures of all of it, because it was such like it was so interesting to see. And I wish I had more time. I realized like, oh man, I better go back up because I don't know if I'm going to be able to find my way back, and I don't want to go too deep in, and then all of a sudden I'm missing my flight and stuck in Denver for, I don't know how long I would be stuck in Denver for, because my curiosity would kill me at that moment. So I ended up like giving up my search, but there's a lot of people that say that these weird murals, these underground tunnels in the Denver airport, they lead to something that's more sinister. And the giant blue Mustang statue that's there with the red glowing eyes is considered cursed, especially since it literally killed the artist who made it. So the question there is, number one, why would an airport even have underground tunnels? That makes no sense to me. Like, why would you want underground tunnels in an airport, especially with like airplanes flying in all the time and everything? Like, it's just noisy and just not ideal. Not ideal to like have a bunker to, but I don't know. And so, why would an airport have so many hidden tunnels and just weird, bizarre artwork? And me, I was following a blog at the time called The Vigilant Citizen, and The Vigilant Citizen in this blog, it was all about symbolism and how symbolism rules the earth. And so I had found the article about the Denver airport in that blog, and so I was kind of trying to find the artworks that it was talking about. I was trying to find the symbols that it was talking about that was hidden in these artworks, and so it kind of turned into a scavenger hunt in a sense for me, which was really cool, and it helped me kill a lot of time that I had to spend there at that airport. But yeah, it was definitely interesting to see, definitely interesting to do. If you have a very, very long layover, then feel free to explore. Just be very careful and don't be like me. Don't explore alone, because you never know what could happen. I mean, yeah, I'm dumb like that sometimes. All the time. But anyways, yeah, don't explore alone. Number 5. The missing flight MH370. Was this a government cover-up? So the disappearance of the Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 was probably one of the most mysterious modern disappearances to this day. And I mean, a whole plane just like vanished, disappeared completely from here, and there's still no answers. And so people are like, well, was it hijacked? Did someone shoot it down into some like terrain that's isolated and just no one is there? Was it abducted by aliens? Were there like some supernatural involvement in it? Like, did they just like go into a wormhole and get sucked in? So many questions going around about this. And the thing is, the government never really came out and said, nobody actually came out and said what happened to the flight. And so a question that we pose here is, did governments even know what really happened? So if they did know, did they cover it up? And why did they cover it up? And what is it actually that was, maybe there was something on that plane that they were trying to hide, and so what was it that they were hiding? So these are just some conspiracy theories that I found were very fun, very thought-provoking. Some of them personal experiences with, some of them not so much. Some of them are kind of in line with my beliefs in a way, but what about you? Are these theories legit, or are they just entertaining stories? Do you have an alternate idea for these theories? If so, we would love to hear what you think about all these conspiracy theories that are extremely popular, very insane, somewhat bizarre, but you gotta admit they got some kind of logic to it. So let us know. Tell us your thoughts. Let us know what you think. Sass, you got anything else to add?
No, that's it. Let us know, man. We're on all social media platform: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, Halaban, Jelagan, and Falaban. We're on all the gun.
Follow us on our socials. You can find us at From the Gate on all social media platforms. Check out our website, FromDaGate.com. I'm your host, Lisi.
Success.
Deuces.
Gia.